Hello, citizens of God. My name is Grandma, and you're watching the Bitcoin Vigilante. Sorry, been kind of a crazy week, guys. Just coming off of the holidays, things are getting busy. Doing some show business auditioning stuff is happening, so I was getting ready for that. That was cool. Yeah, like, share, subscribe. We're watching on the Rockfin on the Twitch. Good to see everybody over on the Rock. So hello. Bam. Palm strike enthusiast, shave your knuckles for justice. Right on. Happy New Year, everybody. Lee and I are supposed to be doing government secrets tomorrow. We're ironing out the time. I'm having a schedule thing, but we'll know. But be ready for your first ever Gov Seeks of 2025. Like, prepare yourself. Get some canned food. Maybe some foam core. I don't know. Whatever you need. Saran wrap, duct tape. Get ready. I don't know. I don't know what I don't know what you're doing. Oh, boo, 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 boo. So let me cue up our first hot fresh segment, everybody. Boom, 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 boom. Wait a minute. Let me get this ready to go. There. Little one, I saw that Bob Dylan movie, so now I'm singing all these Bob Dylan songs. Go away, and Joan Baez singing from your window. I'm Joan Baez, oh Baez. I'm Joan Baez. That's the music of my youth. Not my youth, but when I was a kid, my parents would listen to that. Polish Hammer. Still shaving your knuckles for justice? That's right. Polish Hammer, 30 minutes out from his lasagna. 30 minutes out. We have a T-minus 30 minutes on Polish Hammer's lasagna, ladies and gentlemen. Buckle up. That's going to be some sweet, sweet lasagna. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get right into it, folks. Let's get into our first hot, fresh segment of this week. So I will be back in less than 10 seconds with a hurt first. Folks, like, share, subscribe, hit the like button. That always helps what we're doing. Share this out on your social media. You can donate Bitcoin on chain, and also there's other ways to support our show here. I'm slowly, I've revamped the YouTube channel a little bit. Put some new artwork up there. It's placeholder artwork. I'm getting a new sort of logo thing designed. But I've put the Bitcoin playlist more in the front and center, and the comedy playlist and the music. There's now a music playlist with all the music videos from the album. So check that out. And I've started to slowly revamp the Patreon. We're going to just make it more simple, kind of like it is Government Secrets, very simple. Just whatever level you're at, that's, and you can get merch in there if you want. So we're revamping that, but we're slowly moving that over, which is cool. And of course, you can pre-order the vinyl of the Socialist Christmas album. May Day's right around the corner, guys. Right around the corner. You want to get your vinyl album. I'm like, Graham, we just had Christmas. Christmas comes every year, and socialism should be every day. Think about that. Trump said he's going to change the Gulf of Mexico, Gulf of America. I'll start calling it that as soon as I call French fries, Freedom Fries, and Sears Tower, Willis Tower. It ain't happening. Not calling it the Gulf of America. Oh, God, what a jackwagon. You know, if the economy just goes in the tank when Trump's in office, what him and his supporters can't, who can they blame? You know, when Trump won the first time in 2016, he lost the popular vote to Hillary and he won the electoral vote. And the Republicans didn't control everything. Now they do. So if this is what he's going to do, if he's not going to make the economy better, if he's not going to fix people's lives and jobs, he's just going to rename the Gulf of Mexico, the Gulf of America. He'll be just as stupid and as ineffective as Biden was. Biden's got what, 12, 13 days to continue to do nothing? God, these guys are idiots. This country's so dumb with its two-party system. Like, we're leaving one old corrupt jackass for another one. Great. Awesome. Don't tell me how great you think Trump is. He's not. Biden sucks. Harris sucks. They all suck. Elon Musk sucks. They all suck. Like, when regular people like defend billionaires and the ruling elites, it's like, wow, that's how effective the propaganda is. When you tell me that your ruling elite funded pro-Wall Street, pro-genocide is better than the other ruling elite funded pro-Wall Street, pro-genocide, pro-war 100-year-old, then yeah, okay. Thank you, Chris Garrett. All right, here we go. I'll be back in less than 10 seconds with our first hot, fresh segment. Hello, citizens of Gotham. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching the Boom Bitcoin Vigilante. You can donate to the show. There's Bitcoin right there. It is on chain. There's also other ways to support our show. Go to grahamelwood.com. Join our mailing list. We're starting to send out more, newsletters. We were doing it every couple of months. We're kind of busy, but now we're doing it more once a month, maybe twice a month. I don't want to clutter your inbox, but sending out good information. In addition to the fact that you can buy the Socialist Christmas vinyl, you can pre-order it. It's going to be out soon. So go to grahamelwood.com. This show is now way more Bitcoin centric, and why I'm doing that. Bitcoin is a positive thing. And all of the insanity, especially in America, of this broken two-party system, we're trading out one old corrupt politician for another old corrupt politician. Those are our choices in America. Bitcoin, this thing, I've been telling you to buy it for the last 4 or 5 years. And I'm not happy Trump's president. I didn't vote for Trump or Harris. I vote third party. But if he's successful with his Bitcoin reserve, I've talked about this. This actually will be very good for the price of Bitcoin. And some of you are single issue Bitcoiners, which that's cool. One of the things we've talked about on the show recently, we've started to get more Bitcoin guests on the show. We had the Bitcoin Mentor on the show. We've had Nico Moran from Simply Bitcoin TV. And we've been talking about, will Trump be successful with the Bitcoin reserve? Because if he is, it's going to skyrocket the price. Well, what's starting to happen is not just because Trump is saying he's going to do it. And we're going to show you an interview with Cynthia Loomis, who is the senator from North Dakota that drafted the law. And she's really smart about Bitcoin. Trump doesn't understand what is at all. But Cynthia Loomis knows. She's very smart about this. Just step back for a second, whatever your opinions of Trump are, and just say, the president-elect, who just won overwhelmingly of the United States, said he's going to do a Bitcoin reserve. So other countries have to pay attention to this. And we've talked about if Russia and China get involved, and we'll show you what Cynthia Loomis says about that. But now what's happening, Canada. Justin Trudeau just stepped down. He just quit. God, was he off. It's so bad. These leaders are either neoliberal, just spineless morons, or they're just right-wing authoritarian psychos. Like there's no, yeah. It's really what that book, The Decline of the West or whatever, it's happening. It's happening in real time. So, but if nation states start buying Bitcoin for their reserves, that is going to then the state, all these big countries are going to say, well, I don't want our country to be left out. That's why the BRICS countries are talking about it. But this is huge. Canada has a pretty big economy. So watch what this said. This is the next prime minister, and he's talking about the Bitcoin strategic reserve for Canada.
Money, of course, is merely a technology by which we transport value over time and space. And without it, our species would have to consume in the present everything that it produces. Most species do. They have to eat what they kill right away, lest it be stolen or spoiled. Sure, squirrels can squirrel away a little bit, a good habit the government should learn from, but most species have to use it or lose it. We developed a technology that would allow two people who are exchanging things to go ahead with their exchange, even if each did not have the ability to supply the other with something that the other wanted. They could simply use this technology called money in order to transport the value between each other across time and around different geographies. And so over time, money has taken many forms. In one South Pacific island, it was just a ledger carved on scarce limestone. In some places, it's been beads or seashells. In prisons, they use cigarettes. In school, they used to use candy when I was a kid. Throughout history, it became metal, some precious, some brute. We had gold, we had silver, we had copper. Many different means of translating value across space and time have been used. But politicians have found it a nuisance to pay their bills using money with integrity, because back in 1215, poor old King John was forced by the barons and the curse. It was the color of the fields in which King John was.
Oh God, this guy's babbling on and on.
Of his subjects decided that he could coin. So people would think they were getting a silver coin. Meanwhile, on the inside, what they actually got was copper. The problem is, being the egomaniac that he was, facing outward from the coin, he didn't want a profile shot. His face was on the coin, and it stared everyone in the eye when they looked at that coin. But his nose protruded the farthest out, and when it was in people's pockets, it would rub against the inside of the pocket, and the silver would scrape off the tip of his nose, meaning that you have a silver coin with a red nose, and thus he got the nickname Old Copper Nose. And every time someone saw that red copper nose, they knew the king had stolen the real value of their money. Throughout time, other politicians have found other creative ways. The dictator does the fascists, but governments had hard money from the end of the war until the early 70s. They basically, so he decided to spend. And in the decade that followed 1971, not only did they unleash the American dollar from any particular standard, but they increased the number of US dollars in circulation by 150%, while output only grew by about 39%. In other words, the amount of money grew about 4 times faster than the amount of underlying output that money represented. Now, here in Canada, we had Pierre Elliott Trudeau, and he looked down at all the inflation that the US government was creating, They had reached double-digit inflation down there, a total inflationary crisis. The American dollar was devalued on an international basis and, of course, was incapable of buying affordable petroleum on the world market. They liked to blame OPEC, but they took no responsibility for the fact that the unit with which they were buying oil on the international markets was itself devalued. So Trudeau says, he looks down at all the misery in the United States. He looked at how people were lined up at gas stations trying to wait for an hour and a half in order to gas up their cars. He saw the poverty that was overtaking inner city streets. He saw the expanding wealth gap in the United States of America. And what did Pierre Elliott Trudeau say to all that? He said, let's have some of that up here. And so he started printing some money here in Canada and massively increased the money supply with which Canada, I just have the data right here. Between 1971 and 1981, the money supply in Canada grew by over 200%, while GDP only grew in real terms by about 47%. So you can imagine, money is growing in supply at more than 4 times the rate as the economy is growing. So you have more dollars chasing fewer goods. And what do you get? Inflation. That's right. That is, we learned that, all of us, we learned that in grade school, but apparently some lessons need to be learned and relearned here in this House of Commons.
So that's fascinating. Now that's hilarious to me. So this Max Kaiser retweet. This is Cynthia Lumens talking about what will happen if all the nation states start buying this. And this is what Max Kaiser talked about in 2018. He predicted a global hash war, meaning there would be a supply shock. So let's bring this one up here.